All right, hey, I just wanted to check in because I picked up a big bunch of books here and um, I wanted to share them with you. So, if you didn't know, I only pick up books when I'm at the end of reading everything I had owned. So, I only had two books left on my shelf to finish, one of which I am currently reading, which is The Wastelands, the third book in the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. And the other book I'll grab right here is the Fourth Wheel of Time book, which is I'm a little intimidated getting into this. I have a loose goal to try to finish maybe one Wheel of Time book a month throughout 2025. That would have me finish the series, I believe, at the end of 2025. We'll see how I do that, but I am going to try to read this at the beginning of January. See how that goes. I'm gonna try to finish this before the end of this year here. So I have, I don't know, a handful of days. Shouldn't be too bad. But so these are the last two books that were on my shelf, and I wanted to go pick up some more. I had been reading just digital books. Just the last three books I've read were the last three Dungeon Crawler Carl books. Well, books 4, 5, and 6. I haven't read 7 yet. I'm going to be posting a review on book 6 here shortly. I need to get my thoughts together and review that one as well. So I will be doing that shortly too. But anyway, getting into the books. The first things I picked up were actually because of Kevin Toll at Kevin Toll Reads. It is the first three books of the Sackett series by Louis L'Amour. I have never read any Louis L'Amour books before, and he talks very highly of Louis L'Amour, and the way he talks about him, he really inspires me to pick up some of his books and give them a shot. I've read, I would say, 2 westerns so far. I read No Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy, which I hated, and Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry, which I loved. And I've never read anything else by any western author, so you know what I mean, western related. But so I'm excited to give these a shot. So thank you, Kevin Toll Reads, by the way, for recommending those books on your channel and speaking of them so highly. The next book I actually want to talk about is a book that came out this year, I believe, which is James by Percival Everett. Now, this I actually saw on Randy Ray's channel originally. He spoke about it a couple times, and he's praised this book pretty highly. So, if you don't know, this is a retelling of Huckleberry Finn from Jim's perspective, the black character. So I haven't read Huckleberry Finn in a very, very, very long time. I briefly remember reading it in like maybe middle school, and I don't even know if that was the full version or if that was a kid version of the book, you know what I mean? So I went ahead and picked up The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. I'm going to read this before I read James, and we'll see how these books go. I'm excited for them, though. Now, the next book I picked up is actually a little bit different for what I normally read. This is Helmet for My Pillow by Robert Leckie, and this is a story of somebody who joined the Marines after Pearl Harbor, and it's kind of what he went through in his experience and some of his stories. I'm really interested in wartime stories and things like that, so I figured I may as well start reading some of it. I've traditionally watched like YouTube videos or documentaries and things like that, so I'm like, why not start reading some of this stuff? So this is my first attempt at reading a war nonfiction book, so I'm excited about that. And that is mostly because of people like Steve Donahue. I really like Steve Donahue. He has a great channel where he I'm sure everybody on here knows about him, but that motherfucker reads, man. He reads like crazy, and he is so intelligent. You can just tell by the way he speaks that he's way smarter than I am, that's for sure. And he's the most well-read person you'll ever come across. But I don't know if he specifically has reviewed that book, but I've been thinking about nonfiction books a lot more because of watching his channel. So that's kind of why I picked that up. The next book I will go ahead and talk about is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I'm sure most people know what this is. This is a fantasy heist book sort of deal. I have never read a Brandon Sanderson book, and this will be my first one. I am very, very pumped to read this. I'm trying to hold myself back, actually, from reading this too early. I want to get through my other books before I actually jump into this book. But I am excited to I'm excited to jump into this book. I just started like crazy there. Holy. All right, last two books are both Stephen King books. Now, the first book is Finders Keepers, the second book in the Bill Hodges trilogy. I am excited to continue it. I really liked Mr. Mercedes, and I just happened to see this there, and I was like, you know what, I gotta pick that bad boy up. The last book is a classic of his, Cujo, which I have not read yet, and I'm very excited to read. My mom actually read this book and was like, "Oh, I really liked Cujo," and so I think I'm gonna like Cujo too. But that's it for the actual physical books. There's one last thing I actually wanted to show off. It is a little bit weird, but it's a device. This is the Books Palma 2. I just picked this up, and I wanted to give it a shot. I currently have the end of The Eye of the Bedlam Bride, the sixth book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Just the end of it is queued up right now. But as you can see, it's just a little pocket-sized e-reader. It's really, I'm filming on my phone, but it's the size of your phone. And it fits nice in the hand. It's running off of like Android, so I haven't installed a lot, but as you can see, I have just like the Kindle, Kobo, Libby, Shonen Jump app, and Goodreads app on there right now, and then a bunch of their default apps and shit like that. But it's just running Android on like an e-ink display, so it looks like a Kindle. It looks really good, and it feels nice. It feels nice to read on so far. I've been enjoying this. I really like it. I just wanted to show this off because I picked this up recently, and it's book related. So anyways, I appreciate y'all for sticking around this long, and thanks for watching.